This episode of Super GG Radio is brought to you by our Patreon. Patrons of the show can get our Dogs of Super GG Radio newsletter, Super GG Radio stickers to slap on your closest PC or bag, input on what we cover, game nights with the hosts, and even a chance to win a copy of an indie we talked about. Not only that, but 90% of all patron contributions go to the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. Visit patreon.com/superggradio to learn more.
What's good, Internet, and welcome to session 241 of Super GG Radio, where friends chat about video games and all things adjacent. Enjoy this opening, as we're going to switch things up. Really putting Joel on the spot here. I'm your host, Eric Getty Gettinger, and I'm about to have a tarot reading. So let's see if it can predict how this week goes. Here we go. I'm passing over to Joel DeWitte, our amateur tarot reader.
It's a lesson that I should look at the meeting, the episode doc. Sooner than an hour before we start, but we go. Okay, all right. First, Getty. Okay, we have. Okay, it says the moon, but it's upside down.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking it's a big moon in a sort of a wilderness landscape. I see a wolf. Maybe that makes me think of Nanakai. Getty, I'm sorry, you're not going to enjoy Final Fantasy VII.
All right. Disappointed? Maybe. But, hey, I guess we're going to get what we pay for here. Next, internet famous Alex Arona. He's going to get his tarot cards read.
Woo! All right. Okay. All right. 8 wands.
Oh, I love
and
eight
so that means you have a lot of magic right now. You're going to make us internet famous, but mostly you.
I'm real powerful. I have the junction system.
Once again.
Final. Okay,
Yeah,
8. I did it. I did it now. Yeah.
Alex.
Ooh, do me.
Oh yeah, no, you have to do Alec last. He is the true tarot master.
All right. Page of Swords. He's upside down. Alec, you're falling. You're tumbling, free falling. Somebody catch you.
I'll catch you, buddy.
3 out of 10. But strangely, I would go back again.
That's right, folks. The future is uncertain, but we certainly are going to have a violent time in early adopters this week. We'll roll the dice on the news, and then probably talk about Nier in some capacity to end out our weekly podcast. You guys, you're all confident? You're ready to do this now?
Oh, yeah.
We did all our voice exercises, right?
Yep.
Joel, you're stretching. I'm kind of concerned.
Me.
I made the mistake of starting to exercise recently, and my middle-aged body is punishing me now. So.
Just looks like you're ready to jump up and, punch the screen.
You know that if you were going to start working out, you have to cut the sleeves off of all your shirts.
Absolutely not.
All right, Mac. You calm it down. All right. First segment, early adopters, where we play alphas, betas in games where I am a chicken police.
Okay, so I just want to do the intro here for this
Go
part.
ahead.
I was at a GameStop. Was it last year?
It was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And I always thumb through the used games that you can buy, and I find for $20 Chicken Police. Paint the Town Red. And I, with all of my being, I just was jumping up and down with excitement that I texted all of you individually saying, look at this, Chicken Police, anthropomorphic, it's like people, but then with animal heads, and it's a noir detective thriller. And I love this game. And apparently they're making a sequel. It's called Chicken Police Into the Hive. And I only played I played very little of this demo only because I know what I'm getting into. I know what I'm doing. I'm a vet chicken policer. I love this, and I really just want to hear what you guys think of Chicken Police, because that first one was a ride.
Now, this is a visual novel of sorts.
That's
Point and click adventure.
Yeah,
there we go. I think it's more.
adventure.
I feel like you're doing a lot more with your time than just like getting the story read to you. I do feel like there's a lot of like.
There's a lot of dialogue.
You can miss a lot because you could explore the you get like the whole map where you can go from place to place and get different pieces of information and use different evidence. So you can miss, like you can like wrongfully diagnose the crime.
Yeah?
Oh yeah,
Did
at least that's how it was in the first one.
Did that happen for this demo? I think we're exclusively talking about Chicken Police Into the Hive demo today.
That's true.
All right. So you are, what is this character's name, Alex? Henry McCluckinger or something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
It's Sunny.
It's Sonny?
Yeah.
Sonny McCluck or something? No.
No,
He's
no,
always
his partner
clucking.
is something McCluck.
According to Chicken Police fandom wiki.
All right, here we go.
Let me see here. Okay. Let me find. Give me a character name, man. Give me Sonny Featherland.
Yeah.
Sonny Featherland.
There we go.
And you are a police officer, but it's never that easy. Demo starts out where you are outside of your partner's apartment, and I think it prefaces it by saying like, "Hey, this is already like some portion into the game, so have some fun with it." But you have to get him out of this drunken stupor. He's really distraught in the moment. It took me a while.
His girlfriend had thrown him out.
Yeah, you can tell because there's just clothing and stuff falling out of the window. But it took me a minute to realize that you can, after you interact with something, you have to open your inventory to go in and then like pull it out of your inventory in order to use it. So eventually, I was smart enough to figure out that, hey, I can just throw the baseball at my partner.
You find his cherished baseball that is signed by a bunch of players.
By the greatest vector ball player ever. That was exactly what it said.
Oh, cool.
And I whipped it
didn't
right at his
expect
head.
it.
Yeah, I was very happy with that.
It doesn't stop there though. It scales things up to, I would say, maybe 14. After you eventually make it to the police station, you start talking to people. You have like other detectives that you got a gripe with. One of them's a cat, and the other one, what was he? Like an owl or
fox.
something? It was a fox?
Fox?
Yeah, fox.
Yeah.
And then possibly the strangest thing, and if you would listen to our previous episode where Alex talked in detail about Chicken Police, you run into a female character, and she is just like the others, but for some reason, oddly, maybe not oddly, she's fine. She's just fine. If it weren't for the fact that she had a bird head, I think probably even more attractive, but this is the kind of game that may awaken something in you if you're not careful.
I actually said that very much so. I was like, I hope this doesn't awaken something in me.
But there's a lot of detective work. There's a cute little firing range mini game. There's enough that I think that it will keep people entertained while at the same time exploring this oddball world of Chicken Police. I don't know if that does it justice though, Alex. There's got to be something you want to...
There was a lot of when I played. There was a lot of seedy like underbelly with like Illuminati and prostitution rings and it gets real dark. There's a lot of there's some drugs involved. There's some it really does a great job of just this is the world. This is how it is. They have he keeps throwing clucking everywhere, so he's kind of swearing but not. Yeah, and everyone kind of interacts the way he's kind of flirting sometimes with the secretary, or he's got a grizzled police chief who just oh, I'm tired of your garbage, Sonny. Get out of here. It's like an alligator or a shark or something like that, and it's really just ridiculous. in every way, and I felt like that game did not drag. It just I just kept going and going, like wanting to do more in it. I'm actually very surprised that it got a sequel because it really came out of nowhere. I had not heard anyone talk about this game. I was very shocked and finding it, and I was so pleased with it overall. Joel, what did you think of Chicken Police?
This game was an unfortunate victim of me having very little time this week. And when I have very little free time, I tend to escape a little bit into my safe space of gaming. So like Vampire Survivors, Rocket League, just sort of licking your wounds kind of stuff. This thing has style. You know, it kills the whole noir vibe of it. Nice shades of black and white. The way they talk is very noir detective type stuff. I think even the music in the background had some of that sort of brass sounds to it.
Some sax in there.
Yep, exactly. It's very good at what it does, and it's something where it's on my wish list now. I could just as likely see myself do something I rarely do, which is watch somebody stream it on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like that seems like it might be the way I'd want to interact with it more than anything.
I mean, to be fair, I played the entire thing on stream.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I did. Did I? I don't know. I did. No?
I don't think you did.
I'll do it this time.
I'll do it. That's a threat.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Alec, important question. Did you do black and white, or did you do full color mode?
Oh, I did black and white. Got to play it as it was intended.
That's new. Yeah, add color to it. That's new.
Yep. All right.
How did you guys do on the shooting minigame?
I didn't get that far.
Getty?
Round 5?
Nice. Yeah, I only got through round 4.
Nice.
Alex, you didn't shoot?
I didn't play that much of this demo because I'm sold on this. I already know what's going on for me.
I threw a baseball and then wish listed it.
Yeah, I was like, yep, you know what? This is anything else might ruin my fun of this.
What? Nudity, gratuitous violence?
Yes.
A chicken? I'm in.
I told you. It got real, man. It got real. And also real naked. There were some parts to that, yes.
Oh boy. Wow. You know some like 12 or 13-year-old walked into GameStop one day
didn't know what they were getting
home. Yeah. Yeah, you know what happened.
Oh yeah.
Mamma mia. Not a lot we can do about it. It's too late now.
Oh man, I love this game. I'm so excited for this series. I hope they continue. I'm already like, I should probably try to find these developers and try to talk to them on record.
Hey, you guys want to be best friends?
Yeah, I mean, I did become pretty good friends with the guy from was it Welcome to Elk. I feel like me and the Chicken Police people could vibe some too. I feel like I can get on this vibe train going.
Maybe you can get put into the game.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Maybe that's the aspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh, I would do.
Isn't that on your vision board for this year?
You know, it wasn't until you said something.
What animal would you want your character to be?
Oh, I mean, you know, I would probably do the female Penny voice. You know, I would probably do that's like the best voice I got. You know.
But you would want to be a Penny type dog?
Yeah. What if I was an elderly Penny, like with like a little shawl and glasses?
Okay.
Only one way to find out.
I could do this. This is what I was meant to do now, Getty.
Time to reach out to them.
This did not exist in the universe until you said something, and now this is absolutely what's going to happen.
I'm here to facilitate your dreams and your nightmares. Mostly nightmares, though.
Yep.
Hey, Alex.
Yep.
They've got a game that you have to buy now. It's called Zips Cafe.
What's that?
Same developers, but you're doing a cafe with all the same people and everything, serving coffee and all the good stuff.
Oh, you love those games.
Oh, man.
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 Coffee serving visual novels. It's a whole genre.
Oh, man. This is... No. Oh, man. This is... Oh man.
Can somebody end up
Oh, man?
cutting this so that we can get like the Alex? Oh man!
Add to cart. Add to cart.
And purchased.
Oh man. This is coffee talk in the world of chicken police.
Yep.
Coffee police. Nope, not a thing.
Chicken talk.
All right.
Getty, I'm busy.
Before we get too carried away, I did bring up some gratuitous violence, and that would sum up the other game that we played this week. Hey guys, let me tell you about Children of the Sun. Where can I start? So, this is dark. This is morbid. It's terrifying at times. Imagine, if you will, based on the small story beats that I think I was able to piece together from playing Children of the Sun, you are somebody that was abducted. You broke out of this cult complex or what have you. You have taken and drawn a terrifying little mask for yourself to wear.
Yep.
When I clicked start new game, my character sure did lick the rifle that they were holding, and then it went off.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was in a sexual way. It was just it was a very weird, uncomfortable way, for sure.
I don't know how that couldn't be, but all right.
I mean, that person definitely has like a real weird relationship with that gun.
So the game itself is limited to your character being able to move outside of the perimeter of a camp. And map to map it'll vary, but you then take your rifle, you can fire it, and upon hitting something, it'll allow you to re-aim the bullet and ricochet it into another target. The goal on each of the maps is to kill all of these cult members in order to progress. And it'll give you different prompts, tricks to try in order to maximize your score, because it really wants you to get some replayability. In a way, it reminded me of a game that we played many, many years ago. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, give me 2 seconds because my mind
Makes you think
escapes
of
me.
like these games are like Sniper Elite.
Kind of like that, but I got some super hot vibes.
Yeah, okay.
Mostly because it wants you to create this perfect shot, this perfect action of destroying these people in one fluid motion. And it feels disjointed just because you stop and you can re-aim. But the faster you do it, the cooler it looks.
And the higher your score is.
Well,
I mean, but some of the maps, they want you to do it in one shot.
I thought
mean,
they were all that way.
you only get one shot.
Oh, okay.
M&M verifies. One
Mom
shot,
spaghetti.
one opportunity. So you have to take it. And if you miss, no bueno. So Alex, you finished all the levels on your first shot?
Oh, no, I was saying is that I kept failing one of them because it didn't. That's what I'm saying. I know it was. All right, at least I was like, wait a minute, you guys got other shots? I definitely didn't. I kept failing.
Only one
because
shot?
I couldn't. Yeah, what did you do on level 2 where you have to like move around the rock?
Hold on. That's as far as you made it?
Yes.
Did anybody else make it all the way to the end?
I made a deliberate
thanks, guys.
choice to stop. I think I got to the. I mean, I wish listed this one pretty
Okay.
quick after.
I wish listed this before I played it.
I was a little uncomfortable playing
It's
it.
crazy.
At times. Like, it's uncomfortable. Like the perspective they have. It is like that's what you would do. You would walk outside the perimeter, identify your targets, and scope your shots. It's like, this almost feels a little too real, except for the part where you get the super hot daisy chain shots between each other, right?
And that's the main mechanic is you just once you make the shot and you kill something,
Alex.
you can then re-aim it.
Gas tank.
I did that.
Yeah.
Shooting the
then
bullet through fire.
Then you
I did that.
shoot the
And then
other people.
But there's a rock between them.
You have to, for at least the double
Go to the
level,
other gas tank.
the
There was
couple
no ga- you can't
levels.
get the
Yes,
gas
there
tank 'cause
was.
there's a
There
rock-
were multiple
there's a-
gas tanks.
There's a big boulder.
I mean, there are ways you can sort of game it out too. One of the levels, there's like 6 guys, and 3 of them are in houses. So after I tagged them, I would start by sniping the one in the house. I would take my net shot out in the open. I
Yeah.
would then jump inside to the person in the house, find another person on the outside, and then angle from there to get to the last guy. So you have to plan it out. And what's really cool is once you complete it, it shows the exact route you took to finish the level. And I always like when they do that, like, end summary, this is what happened kind of thing in
Yep,
these
here's
levels.
what you did.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, but you get some crazy mechanics. You can curve your bullet. At
Nice.
one point, you are able to stop mid-air with your shot and change directions with it.
Oh,
Oh.
that's cool.
Yeah, that's one of the end stages. And then in order to be able to reuse that ability, you have to hit other targets in their sweet spot. It's not always a headshot. But they
Oh, yeah,
throw
I definitely got.
they throw curveballs in there. There's some people with riot shields. One of them has a guy under a bridge, and I was like, "Well, how the heck am I supposed to hit this guy?" And then the others, you just blow up the car that's over him,
Oh,
and that's how
enough,
you get
yeah.
him. Yeah.
That makes sense.
So there's different ways to accomplish it, but it really wants you to do it in the coolest way possible.
And just for reference, this is the Devolver joint.
This is a Devolver joint.
Yeah, they definitely have like a very particular style of game. So I definitely have like reached out to see if that might be something that maybe we want to review. It is definitely just one of those games that it's very stylistic, very kind of dark and grim, but also kind of very fun. And Devolver has definitely like they have a type, right? They have a very type of game, and this is that. So
Just like Alex. He has types of games.
I wishlisted this as soon as I saw the trailer, so I was like, "Oh, this looks sick." I'm in.
Yep. That's
Considering
nuts.
their last hit, Cult of the Lamb, lauded universally.
It's fine.
I don't know. I heard it was pretty good. I think people overall enjoyed that game.
Solid 7 out of 10.
Oh, you jag. You jag.
I'm sure that the game would say the same thing about you. Well,
Real quick.
Probably. I mean,
take everybody down a couple pegs.
Because Cult of
And-
the Lamb is 882 on Metacritic.
Yeah, that's.
There was
okay.
something else that I pointed out to Alex on Metacritic
Oh,
not
it
that
was
long
that
ago.
Starfield.
Oh, yeah. Like, that game's not very good, and I was like, I don't know. 82 seems pretty good. And what did you say Cult of the Lamb is?
Better than Starfield. Better than Starfield.
And take a drink. All right, we're going to take a quick break here, and then we'll see you on the other side. Hey, news. We're back. And we have to roll right on through the news so that Joel can get on to rolling some dice tonight.
Ordinal.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Aw. Welcome to my world.
Oh,
Hurry this up. I got to finish Dishonored.
Oh, now I'm definitely going to take my time.
I'm on the last. I'm literally like, they're like, okay.
You can't
I just
spoil
wanna
it. Can't
I do want
spoil
to
it.
say, oh,
Save it
Can't
for the
spoil
episode.
it.
okay, fine.
You're going to have a full hour-long
There's definitely
episode
like
to talk about
a
it.
friendly who looked at me and goes, "You're real. Like, I do not like you. You are a very bad person." I go, "Yeah." Blam.
And did you say bad guy as you were doing it?
Yes, I did. I yelled bad guy. And it was kind of satisfying because this guy was like, he's really trying to give it into me. He's like, "You're just as bad as they are." I'm like, "Nope, I'm worse."
Blam.
Yep.
Plague rats everywhere.
I'll show you bad as them.
All right, news. We got news. So let's talk about news. First one. Persona 2 and 4 remakes exist at Atlas. Currently off the... Currently off the back of Persona 3 Reloaded, selling 1 million copies, making it the fastest selling Atlas game in their history.
What is your hesitation here?
I don't know that I would say it like that. Fresh off the wind of Persona 3 Reloaded? Yeah, there we go. That sounds better.
I mean, I was trying to keep it like
back.
Like off the back of it's tailgating. It's not tailgating. It's
Riding the
tailgating.
coattails.
Yeah, it's following up.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like they're on their back.
But you're
Anyway,
making it sound like you're making it sound like
Alex
you're like
is
cheerleading.
21 hours in, and he's already on level 74 of Tartarus.
You don't know how many floors there are, Getty.
There's more than 74, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Also, Persona 2 and Persona 4 are really... Persona 4 is amazing, but I have... Persona 1 and 2 have been on like my list of like, I should probably play these games because they're very different. And Atlas has largely... the wine's creeping up. Largely ignored the existence of Persona 1 and 2 until recently. As of the Persona anniversary celebration that was occurring last year, all of a sudden the protagonists from 1 and 2 started appearing in art, as in like they show the whole group of protagonists from 1 through 5. And it's kind of been a weird feeling through the fan base of just like, why are all of a sudden 1 and 2 relevant? You have made it very clear that they aren't, and kind of been like the stepchildren of Atlas, and now they're not. So it's actually kind of cool. I mean, there is a lot of Persona 1 and 2 fans. So the idea that 2 would get remade with the stylistic choices of Persona 5,
I mean,
is very exciting.
It's not that tough to find Persona 1.
What do you mean find?
I mean,
Like a physical copy of it?
It's
like-
on PS1. You can find it on PlayStation as like a retro, like we could play the original.
it's a PS1 mini. It's on
Yeah,
there.
on PS1. Yeah, and that was a
Yeah.
weird inclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was
got
a weird
that.
inclusion. Yeah, yeah. But no, you can't play it on PS5. I don't think. I think it's like a classic that's like inaccessible to play on. You can buy it from the store, but I don't think PS4 you could.
Yeah,
PS3?
you could.
I don't know about PS4. I don't know about PS4. I know you could do it on PS3. I have it on my Vita.
Is he going to play it?
Maybe one day if they don't remake it.
There's more hour count in your games count. There's more hour count in your backlog than you have life left. let's be honest here. You're gonna have to start cutting.
I don't
away from
know.
the chaff.
Joel,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't act like I haven't done that math. I am fully aware, and I plan to live forever. I'm actually very excited for that's like a lot of people like when they retire. Like my uncle's gonna retire, and he's talking about. He's like, "What am I gonna do?" And I'm like, "I know what I would do."
Yeah, I know what I would do
that
too.
backlog.
It'd be like
That backlog.
It'd be like that old man that is streaming. He was a Navy vet, and he's like sniping people in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That guy.
No, I'm doing all Persona runs, baby. Let's do this. I got all the time in the world. What sleep? I'm gonna die soon. Nailed it.
He's going to be
Nailed it.
dad napping so much.
That's so.
I'll dad nap through Persona 1. That's fine.
He'll dad nap on stream.
That's actually pretty popular of people just streaming and laying there either sleeping or pretending to be asleep. That's a thing.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. TikTok especially.
Yes. Strange.
That's going to be you. Someday. So, in our lifetime, Persona 2, 4, maybe even 1 remakes? See how
So
it goes.
is this confirmed or rumored?
It's rumored, but it's an Atlas insider who's had some scoops from before.
Okay.
And he didn't say that they're like currently in the development cycle, but it's more the fact that they as in they have said, yeah, we should do that next.
They've created projects.
Yes.
around them.
There's whiteboards.
They
say
have discussed Gantt charts and timelines.
Oh,
Yes.
exactly.
don't do
Persona
that.
6 is still currently in development, but they have done multiple games in the past. So
We'll see. We will see. But you know what we won't see? I'm really going to read this one, huh?
Yeah, you are.
You won't see any VR porn on your Apple Vision Pro. And Alex, what is an Apple Vision Pro for those of us who don't know?
Oh man, this is kind of sad because it kind of looks cool. It's VR, and the new hot thing for VR, especially with MetaQuest 3, is AR, which is the
Augmented reality?
Yeah, the augmented reality. So the examples that people are giving out, and you're seeing it, you can actively see it. You could stream the Apple Vision Pro. Is that people are putting widgets and different things in places around their house. So they're putting a Netflix browser above an entertainment center. They're putting you see somebody with two pots that are cooking, and you see timers above each of them. You're seeing someone's Google Calendar in front of the fridge door. You know what I mean? That's like what people are kind of using it for. And the worst part is that people are seeing them in the wild. Like you see someone typing, in air on the bus, right? And the idea being is that you can just pull up this stuff right in front of you. And they're doing it with MetaQuest 3 as well, where you can, like I've seen people pull up a YouTube video in front of them as they cook so they can cook along with the YouTube video. And that's the new hot thing is AR with these. And that's the real thing about Apple Vision Pro is just that the fact that it's really leaning into the AR style of it. Where it's just like you could see everything around you. Obviously, it's cameras, but the cameras are so crystal clear now that it's pretty much 1-to-1.
So how long until you get one?
Oh no! I mean, no.
He will.
Unless
Yeah.
I can finagle one for review purposes, sure. But
Oh yeah,
I
sure.
can't. Like, I'm trying to sell my MetaQuest 2 to get a MetaQuest 3. Like, I can't. $3,000? No, thank you.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. No.
I mean, do you need one?
No.
You can't use it for pornography, so.
And that's the news story. People are doing a lot of reverse engineering. There's a lot of if you go to say the subreddit, it is a lot of hey, I've tried this and I haven't made any progress. What if you're trying to get VR porn to work on the Apple Vision Pro? Because it does not.
Super GG Radio, your outlet for how to install porn on your Apple Vision Pro.
The answer is you can't. And it's not installing. Getty. Come on, don't be crass.
So it's installing.
It's not installed. Do you install porn on your computer? No. No one does.
Don't you?
You're a fool.
Don't you?
I mean, you do a lot of H games, but I mean, you're not doing the you're not installing.
Don't you? I don't install those? Okay, perfect.
No, you
Thanks.
don't install any other regular porn.
Ready for the next news piece?
Yes.
Do you think your hard drive
This
can
is-
handle it with all the H games?
Probably not. Subnautica 2? No, I wasn't even going to play it. Subnautica 2 will be a multiplayer and a game, like a service game. Games as a service? That
Yeah,
also
it's the
seems
same-
weird to me.
It's also the same phrase as live service. Yeah.
Games as a service.
Yeah.
How
that's
may
the-
I service you, game?
I mean that. No, it's more the game services you.
Does it?
I don't think it does. If anything,
Y'all
it
play
just
that-
takes your money away with its battle passes.
Y'all play that on a live squad? You can't say that word on TikTok.
You can't? Is
No, you gotta
that
say
what you're
live.
trying to work around?
Yes.
Because it took me a minute to reverse engineer that saying to what you're actually trying to say.
Yeah, I was being real dumb about it. Yeah, so there's talk of the new Subnautica game and it being a full live service. Hey, we're gonna explore. Hey, Pal World is real popular. Pal World's real popular, so maybe Subnautica 2 will be as well.
Will Subnautica 2 have tiny little monsters that I can turn into machine guns?
And eat.
and eat.
But will it?
What if the fish have guns?
The fish have got. You know what? Hold on, I gotta write some of this down. These are good ideas.
The fish have guns. And it's just a picture of a fish with like a gun next to him.
Okay, I got my post-it
Like
here.
badly photoshopped on it though. Like not even
yes.
really photoshopped, but just like an image that hasn't been cut out. So it's just
Later
like on a
tonight,
block.
Alex is just going to go over to like an AI bot and he's going to type in like, paint me a picture of a fish with a gun.
Oh, you can't do AI art. No, you can't do AI art. I'm gonna write AI art and then cross it out because you can't.
I mean,
that.
I'm saying that you could just so that you can
No,
get an
that's
idea
how
of
you
what it
get
would look
canceled,
like.
Getty. That's how you get That's how you get canceled.
All right, so Super GG Radio now brought to you by AI Art.
No.
Oh, all right.
I have no association with Super GG Radio.
We are real people and create
Prove it.
fair.
I failed to recapture this morning.
Alex, a robot, yeah. Alex been a robot the entire time.
In other news, Uncharted Drake's Fortune remake rumored in development.
Which one was that in the series?
First one.
Okay.
The first one.
It could use some polishing up. I mean, they already. So cards on the table. I feel like once you've kind of gotten that modern day engine, it pays to kind of go back and just reuse that engine for older things.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you, Persona 3. I am seeing character models from Persona 5. So, it's not a bad thing. Persona 5 engine's awesome, and so is Persona 3. But it definitely, again, you could take this. You could make Drake. You could just take Drake, that model, directly from Uncharted 4, and then just put him in the new environments. And boom.
I remember
Yes,
the thing
you know.
I was told was start with 2 for the Uncharted series. I was told very specifically by someone, like, don't worry about 1. It's tough to play. Go to 2. And I didn't miss anything with that. But those are fun games. It's been a long time since I played an Uncharted. Jeez.
They're good. They're very good. I went through all 4 of them, and they were all excellent. But I definitely am also imagining how well 4 played. And in like all the environments and everything to that extent, and I can imagine that. Oh man, this sure would make 1 look good.
Yeah.
So
Maybe. Does that mean you're going to go back and replay them all?
no, I'll replay the remake of 1. I'll play
If
the
you live
remake
that
of 1.
long.
Not that old, Getty.
Closer
I
to
don't know.
40 than you are to 30.
I'm older than you.
You're older than me?
Yeah. Am I? I can't remember.
No.
No. Okay.
I'm the old man of the podcast.
Yep. Come on, oldie Han.
Now, here's some news that relates to me in my old age. Disney invests $1.5 billion American dollars to have its own persistent Fortnite universe. Now, is it confirmed that it is Fortnite that they are creating?
Yes. Yes. They went to Epic for Fortnite. Yes.
Specifically, they said, hey, make me Fortnite for Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, no, you have to remember that Fortnite's a platform now. Fortnite has been a platform. They've been trying to chase the Roblox platform. So you have to think when you, as a person, log into Fortnite.
I don't, so
I know. So I said you have to think about it. You don't.
I
have to
can't do
actually
that. I have no imagination.
You are given the opportunity to go to multiple worlds.
My brain is addled.
Lego.
Getty.
Minecraft-
Getty. Goofy with a gun.
No.
No.
Donald
Lego-
with a wand. Hear me
Donald
out.
with a wand.
Goofy with a shield. Strange spiky-haired kid wielding a key.
And Mickey with a dagger in his teeth.
That sounds like a bad fever dream.
It's worth a shot. Brock, if you're listening to this, I'm the one that wants Disney to spend $1.5 billion to just give me Kingdom Hearts in real life.
You're a Disney adult. We all know that. Let's keep going. So, Fortnite.
No, let's not go
Let's
into
keep going
Fortnite.
with my
Going back to
story.
They
No.
have Minecraft Lego. They have Racing Rocket League. They have the Battle Royale. They have Rock Band Festival. Now Disney Universe. And also they have live concert hub world, right? They also have Save the World the story mode. That's a lot of different worlds.
Getty, do you have a
can enter in.
counterspell on that deck?
No, it's not a deck either.
Yeah, he sucks. He sucks at everything, including magic. So that's a lot of things in Fortnite, and I feel like that there's you could do a lot there. So
Alex is being a jerk tonight.
I'm not. I'm getting through the story. The story is that there will be a separate Disney World that will not have anything to do with guns.
We give him a deadline, and then he has no chill. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get through stuff, man. I am business Alex on business wine.
business wine.
Yeah, didn't you remember 30 Rock? More business juice, please.
Mamma mia. Next piece of news. This is exciting for Alex.
Is it?
We have the EVO 2024 lineup. Y'all
Hopefully
ready
there
for
will
this?
be more nudity this year.
Will there?
Probably not, because Capcom was jerks and went haywire after the last time there was accidental nudity.
Accidental nudity.
Accidental.
I don't know if that was accidental. Didn't that guy specifically have a mod installed?
Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to because he was a presenter.
Yeah, it was the presenter's PlayStation or PC.
Maybe
I forgot. I did not know where you guys were talking about with the nudity, and
I knew exactly what he was talking
I
about.
did. I did not.
We broke that news. You broke that news last year. You were all about it too.
Funny. That was real funny. Yeah, so it's more about the lineup here. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear, Grand Blue Fantasy, and Mortal Kombat 1, King of Fighters 15, all modern games. All of these have come out within the last couple of years. They're still hot in their perspective fields. Everyone stays in their own lane for the most part, and there's not a lot of competition because if you're a King of Fighters fan, you're kind of playing King of Fighters. There's not really a whole lot of competition in that space. Under Night in Birth, that came out. That is a little bit longer time frame, so that's a little bit of a surprise. But Street Fighter 3 Third Strike is the wild card.
Yeah.
It has been for a while.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. That's an old pull.
I was talking to our friend Pat over at Gaming Fix, and he says that usually that spot is generally a wild card. They will pick something kind of random, and just to keep things light and kind of fun. And in this case, I think that's very fun. I am very excited to watch some Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. That I'm on. Yes, please. Yes, please. I'll have some of that and a side of fries.
We're all good. We're all good here.
Yeah, now I'm
Officer.
hungry. I mean, the more I drink it, the more hungry I get.
Yeah, should have eaten before we started.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're not going to even eat until like 10:30 when we finish.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Either there's something in his wine or he's figuring out how low the glass is.
No, there's something at the bottom, but it's not at the bottom. It's not on the inside.
Don't worry, it's just part of a cork. It's not the whole thing.
It's not inside the cup.
It's good roughage.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Extra
Fibrous
fiber.
material. Freebies. We got freebies this week.
Freebies.
Freebies!
Freebies.
Insert the sound effect here.
Yeah, air horns all over the place. I
All
want to
over
be
yourself.
surrounded by them.
Yep. Let's do this.
Ready? You sure?
Yep.
Okay, we've got Lost Castle on the Epic Games Store.
Action RPG beat 'em up with roguelike elements and randomized dungeons for up to 4 players online or co-op local. It is essentially a beat 'em up, but you're these cool wizard guys, little chibi wizards fighting all these different goblins and orcs and all the stuff, trying to explore randomized dungeons and trying to get the best possible run you can do.
All right. Oh, this is unfortunate. Doki Doki Literature Club, available on the Epic Game Store.
I forgot to add the plus. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, which is the re-release.
Oh, it's the fancy version.
Yep, this is the horror visual novel. Breaks the fourth wall a whole bunch, and a whole bunch of AIs try to kill you. It is graphic. It is raw. It is all sorts of uncomfortable. And it's free on Epic Game Store.
I can't recommend that.
It's an experience for sure.
I don't think any of us can, but...
I don't know. If it's your thing, it's kind of...
No judgment. No judgment to people
Yeah,
who love
exactly.
it.
I think that there's a we're going to talk one day when we get to this specific game. But I have thoughts on analog horror and just horror in general, and this is a very fun space for that.
Last but not least, Half-Earth Socialism on Steam.
Try your hand as a global planner of a future society. Play with a wide range of technologies and policies spanning different fields and ideologies. Will you lead the world to ecological utopia or planetary ruin? It is kind of an interface type game where you're picking cards of projects. You're picking a card and saying, I'm going to do this project, and then there's a timer to complete that project while other things are happening around, and you're going to be adding points, building up for government, stats, world policies, etc. You got to have that, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And redeeming.
There you go.
All right. We made it through the news. We're 2/3 of the way there.
But at what cost?
Yeah. Truly, at what cost?
Everything.
Definitely not our dignity. We haven't had that in a long time.
Mm-mm.
Let's take a break and see if we can locate it, though. We're back. We're back with the Backlog Blog, and believe me when I say that we are near our ending. That's not to say that we aren't going to listen to Joel talk about Nier, Automata, or maybe we won't recap the Nier concert that we attended the previous weekend. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Joel,
Yeah,
lay it on me real thick.
I don't like that.
How many 2Bs? How many 9s?
Well, as far as I can tell, there was like 3 2Bs at the start. Does he gets exploded in the beginning?
She. 2B is she.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I was my mind was thinking 9S. 9S.
Too many
9S
nines.
gets exploded like 3 times or something. He knocks him out with a black box. Then there's a self-sacrifice play later on, right? Yeah. Anyway, Nier Automata is a game from, what was it,
17?
2017?
Was it really?
The release date on Steam is 2017.
I mean, in my experience, it was always real smooth even after that, so...
What, the gameplay?
Oh, yeah.
No, mine was hitchy as F.
What?
Oh, yeah, I killed enough things that it would slow me down.
What a weirdo.
You're killing a bunch of things but didn't lock on to stuff?
I would kill a bunch of things so bad, and because I was so good at the game,
Uh-huh.
that it would chug.
Okay.
Guys, I'm leaving.
You asked.
This is Mr. Phony Baloney.
So we had planned to go to the Nier concert for a while there, and I decided to take over the television and try to at least play some to be a primer, right? Because, like you said, it's been a while since I played the game, probably since I first played it, and I figured, well, some of the stuff is a little fuzzy. I'll go back. I forgot how much I liked the combat system in that game.
Right?
Yeah.
Platinum Games, who are the makers behind Bayonetta series,
Yep.
a very prolific third-person action combat game. They're behind that. It is smooth as butter. The combos flow naturally. It's also not very punishing. So even if you're just like going square, triangle, you just do that over and over, and it'll chain together attacks pretty well. You don't have to be very precise with the dodge. As long as you're within a decent window of the attack, it'll do that really cool freeze frame and then switch out and out of the way. Both 2B and 9S, the way they run feels really, really good in this wide open empty space, because they'll start a normal run, but then if you keep going, they'll really start zooming, and it's almost comical how quick their arms and feet are as they're moving around. And the pods, the pods are such a funny, weird addition. And for those uninitiated, most of the combat in this game is behind the character third-person action, but they have a lot of bullet hell conventions. So the first intro, you're flying an aircraft, and it's doing the whole like 1942 arcade shooter kind of scrolling thing going on. But even in the third-person character action stuff, it's the same thing, but it's in a 3D space. So a robot might do like a whole wall of red orbs that you have to dodge or find a way to get through. So I've really appreciated to that and playing with the chipsets, and I've dabbled a little bit more in customizing than I did the first go around.
Oh yeah, I definitely customized. It's funnier because like there's at least a reason in Nier Automata that like, oh, you have this little robot that shoots shoots guns like out of it.
Mm-hmm.
In Nier proper, it's a magic book that just shoots lasers out of it. It's like, well, okay, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's that it actually weirdly has a melee attack too in that game.
The book does?
The book does, yeah.
Oh
There's
my
different
gosh.
spells you can have.
So powerful.
So powerful. So forbidden.
But beyond the actual combat, the story, I read an interview once from Yoko Taro, and he was talking about his, I won't say, just philosophy for storytelling. And he more or less said, it doesn't matter if it makes sense as long as you're feeling something. And if you played a Nier game, that's like that kind of tracks a little bit. There's this,
it does.
There's this thin veneer of a thread of a story, but really it's the character interactions and individual moments while you're getting to know the characters that really connect you to things. And it's the world, this barren world that you explore, and then it fleshes out from all the records you find and the side missions you do.
Can I say what's weird that he would say that is that I played all of the voice of cards, and those tend to make a lot more sense and give like a very emotional feeling and made me care about the characters. Mm-hmm. And then you compare it to something like Nier. And obviously, it's night and day, but
Yeah.
almost nonsensical. I would put it on par with some aspects of Metal Gear.
Kojima.
With how how absolutely like bonkers it gets at times. So
It's wild. It is self-referential in a lot of different weird ways.
Yeah.
And it's just so strange that this came like this is still like, oh, remember that ending from Drakengard, Drakengard 2? Was it Drakengard 2 or 3? Mm-hmm. That wasn't even like a canon. Like it doesn't even have to be the specific ending. It's like one of like 6 endings. Well, that one is this universe. It's like, what? That's an odd choice.
It's just These games are something else, and I mentioned A and B side just because that's the first two playthroughs. First time you're doing 2B, second time's 9S. The combat is a little different with his hacking, which turns into a top-down shooter where you have to kill all the enemies to do damage to guys. They are redundant, but I appreciate how they give additional context to 9S about the people that are, the robots that are killing, and how they're more than just mindless robots. And it also is fitting, given that he's the hacker type, that he would somehow invade a little more and have more insight into that stuff. Like there's some good, interesting logic that are put into these characters and things that I appreciated. The story is a lot of melodrama, but it's entertaining melodrama, and great run so far. I'll be getting through the rest of it sometime here, but
yeah, and I really like the existentialism, like the really like self-reflection on like what does it mean to exist, right?
There's that the funny way they play with the robots that break off from the network and how they try to build their own civilizations, but it's based loosely off of what human records are. And you find out basically they keep on trying and failing the same thing, and they end up always crumbling apart. So it's I won't go too much into the story side either, but it's a wild roller coaster ride that unfolds into just some really sad stuff by the end, but good times.
Now, we did spend the weekend,
The whole weekend.
with an escape room, a Five Nights at Freddy's themed escape room.
This happened.
We escaped with the 7 minutes left.
There's a picture to verify.
What did you think of an escape room, Joel? And Alec too is your first escape room as well.
It was, yeah.
What did you?
You start, Alec.
I really enjoyed it. The puzzles were not as obtuse as I was anticipating. Like, I definitely was expecting more opaque puzzles when we got there, but it was really straightforward. It was fun. It never felt like anything was too outside of the realm of ordinary, and that stupid rat kept spooking me out.
I keep on forgetting that scary stuff isn't your suit.
It's not. I do not like scary stuff.
I just kept waiting when we were doing different puzzles for him to come to life.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it to move towards Alec too. I was waiting like, oh, it's gonna jump out. It's gonna do something to him.
Especially when I was up on stage with it.
Yep. You did a dance. It was funny. So you guys both felt like the escape room experience was very approachable, but was it fun to be in that full 3D space as opposed to playing a video game of it, where things were more tangible, the clues were right there? How did that feel?
What they did a good job of for hours is that you were never overwhelmed with a ton of different items or interactable things to play with. And while there were times where the items you brought forward would be used in a future room, it didn't usually take too long to figure out what the puzzle was in the room, or the couple puzzles are in the room. And then it didn't seem too complicated to figure it out for the most part. I think there were some challenges with the lighting. I had trouble seeing it parts, and I know that she said no phones, but we just need
I started using mine as
use
a
flashlight. Yeah. But yeah, the first couple rooms, it wasn't too tough. The third and final room was where it was really challenging, and it's partially because it opens up so much. But again, there was never so much items to interact with where it felt overwhelming, and I think that was a big part where there was stuff that could fool you into thinking that it was useful, but I think overall it was good.
Yeah, and I really like that it gave us all an opportunity to use our talents. It never felt like it felt like something that you needed a team to do, not one person running the show.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think that at any given point, somebody solved one puzzle,
Yeah.
and that's where it feels like the best is when like, oh yeah, you figured that one out. That was really good. Oh, you also that one you had that was also very good. It just really makes it gives everyone a chance to shine. And I also for me I just kind of more reflect on like the individual puzzles and just think like, man, what about like, oh, that was a cool little thing, like, just like I don't want to like give away too much, but it's just like the idea that like there was a sign outside that says this is closed, and then we were given extra letters and we just had to change it to open, right? And that was like, oh, that's kind of clever. And they give you like they lead you to that, right? They put spaces that are color coded, and you're supposed to use the color coding to kind of figure out that, oh, these are the letters that go here to say, instead of you remove closed and now it's open, and then all of a sudden the door opens. It's like, that's kind of clever.
Yeah, there were a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
The narrative that they weave too. It's like, oh, probably shouldn't try and break into this old-timey restaurant with the animatronics, but you're going to do it anyway, aren't you? All right, have fun.
And then from there, we had the Nier concert, which, as historically what we've seen in the past, Chicago being the only United States event, we did see there was a friend of the podcast from in the gaming fix space that's in Canada, and they actually were seeing it. It was last night, I think, the Nier concert in Canada.
Nice.
Yeah, and then also just an online presence that we were working on trying to get as a guest. Danica Harad was actually at the Canadian one as well. There was like, that's kind of cool. Like we saw the only U.S. It was right down the street from where I live. It was in Chicago. It's very cool area, and just in general, it was a very good, like, a concert experience in the Rosemont Theater. What did you guys think of the Rosemont Theater and seeing that kind of concert?
I thought it was pretty good. This is my second time I've been to the Rosemont Theater.
Last time was
Kids Bop.
yeah, Kids Bop.
I think that they could have done a slightly better job with the TVs. It was hard to read what was up on display,
Yeah.
but the acoustics were amazing.
Okay, and we were privy to interstitials between the songs. That was like it's an own little mini Nier Automata episode between 9S and 2B, with her getting a virus and 2B trying to save her. These little like radio drama plays with the original voice actors. Do you feel like that really like kind of enhanced the experience, give you that like that quality, unique experience?
I think it is smart. I've got a lot of experience going to these kind of concerts, more so than regular ones growing up. But that sort of narrative weaving, if you place it right with the right kind of flow to the actual concert, when you marry that and it synchronizes correctly, it really elevates everything. And I feel like, for the most part, they did that. I mean, starting out early was the City Ruins song, which is like that lighter piano, mostly music. And but as things got more harrowing in the story, they got to the more heavier, bombastic moments. If they encountered a battle, suddenly we're doing big drums and sweeping loud sounds, and if it's a sad moment, we're getting to the more quiet stuff. They got to Weight of the World, I think, fairly close to when there was this dramatic moment where one of the 2B could have potentially like died or something, but it was a great experience. I found listening that they kind of started shaky. Like the orchestra started a little shaky, and the choir didn't. It was very soft, like, and not in soft in the way that it was intentional soft, like it was soft breathed. But then they got into their groove throughout, and really hit really high highs by the end of it. Great experience. You can tell they brought the music to life. They brought the actual voice, the singers, to the stage too, to reprise some of their music. And then, like you said, Yoko Taro showed up, the creator of the series. So that was kind of a wild thing I didn't expect either, but very cool.
No,
Are you muted?
I can't hear Alex at all.
There you go. Yeah, sorry. I was muted. I remember saying when we were walking up that it was. I was like, "Do you think Yoko Taro will be there?" And everyone's like, "No, that's not. It's not
It
a
just
thing."
seems silly at the time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's he gonna do? Hang out for one night? Yeah, turns out he did to get pizza.
I mean, hey, that's what we all did.
Hey, let's not talk about dinner.
We got Chicago style pizza, and then Getty forced us all to drink 40s.
Alex,
He said,
You
he
know
said,
better.
Don't talk about it.
you know better. When I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. Like, there had to be part of your mind like, should I let Getty go get drinks for us, or should I send somebody with him?
Oh no, that was
no
that was a full
accountability.
that was a full expectation. That was a full expectation. I would have been probably disappointed if you had not done that.
Really?
No. Yes.
Oh,
Getty, you and I have a dynamic. We know what's going on. We know the score.
oh, it's that kind of stupidity that helps me get through the day.
But the concert was it was a lot of fun. I feel like they're the one of the kind, because again, they're not going to redo this episodic radio play. They got the original voice actors. We got the creator. It was written by Yoko Taro for the show. The art is always one of a kind. Sadly, the posters ran out and the vinyl sold out very quickly. Mm-hmm. But at least we were able to get the shirts, the T-shirts, the music boxes, which are very cool. My daughter loves her music box, and she will dance around like a ballerina to some Nier Automata music box music. So I kind of regret not getting the Nier replicant music box. That's on me. I will regret that for the rest of my days. And that's okay. But I might actually order one online if the website's still active. And I think that overall, I think that the experience was second to none. Now, what did you guys think of the audience? Was it what I had said before, where it was kind of like, you get your black ties and your suits and ball gowns, and then you also just get your very casual.
You also did a weird hybrid where, like, they're clearly they're dressed, to the nines, but it is also clearly trying to ape off of the Nier style. There was this tall guy that had like a suit coat, but it had flair that looked like something that a Yorha unit would wear.
That's cool. Alec, what do you think?
Yeah, I was really surprised by the multitude that was there.
Large amounts of cosplay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I end up on the Nier subreddit, and and I was like, I'm gonna go on the Nier subreddit, and it was just like, we're at the Nier concert. And I was like, hey, that's kind of cool that everyone like, they were at the Chicago concert, and I didn't see there was just there was way more costumes than I would have that I didn't even get a chance to see, because people were just so excited, and it was all part of the fandom.
I will say that I didn't hear anybody that would consider like rude or loud or obnoxious, at least not that I was around.
You weren't in the bathroom line with me.
I guess not. That is true.
That was real rough.
Or the security with the real loud walkie-talkies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like right
Trying to
under
listen
us.
to some fancy music here, man. Turn down the walkie-talkies.
For the first couple of times I heard him, I was like, am I hallucinating this? Is this
No.
really
For-
walkie-talkies?
It's real life.
Did you for a second think like, wait, is this supposed to be like fuzz noise in the background of what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah.
That's
I thought
where
that.
my
I
mind
definitely thought
went.
that.
I was like, no, that's a little too current.
So I think that it was a good experience overall. Getty, you enjoyed yourself as I did, as experienced Nier concert goers, correct?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm happy I got to hear the amusement park song, so
Oh yeah, that's always the best.
that's one of the reasons to go. But everything else was superb.
I would have loved if they could have figured out a way to do Pascal's Village.
Oh, they did that
like
last
if
time.
They did that. They did that.
They
last
did.
time.
Did they like
Yeah.
card out like children to sing or something?
No.
Oh, okay. That's my dream. Like they would actually get little kids out there to try to sing that part. But good deal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I guess we might finish before 10. Ooh.
Ooh.
Might get to keep our promise to Joel that he'll be able to play some Dungeons and Dragons tonight.
I rarely give a hard deadline. To be fair.
It's okay.
Joel, what are you playing?
D&D.
Yeah, what's your character?
It's a elf paladin.
Nice.
Are you stat appropriate?
I have no
It's
idea.
real fun.
I have no idea.
It's real fun to like roll a character and then roll absolute opposite stats, and then everyone just keep asking, "You're a what? And you have this much of this? That doesn't make any sense." And I'm like, "Watch me make it make sense."
All right,
So
Joel.
for what it's worth, my first adventure, when we had our first encounter, in combat, I chose to throw my sword and missed terribly. So I spent a good
that's
amount
what
of the
I'm talking
encounter trying to retrieve my sword, and then still
Hey,
getting
Joel.
bad rolls throughout it. So,
Hey Joel, split the party.
what?
Don't split the party.
Split the party.
Don't split the party.
If someone says I'm going left, say I might go right.
But
It's like a rule. Everyone gets
This
mad
is-
at you for it too.
this is perfect,
Everyone
Joel.
Everyone gets mad at you too.
So, being a paladin, you should always be suspicious of everybody because you have your god to, uphold. So, definitely, if you get the opportunity tonight, whenever Kelly says something or you really want to rile up the party, just be like, I want to make an insight check. And then completely misread the situation. Like somebody's like, oh, I want to steal this. Be like, no, I don't think that we will. But your character might actually do that, so.
Is that like a Jedi mind trick kind of thing?
No, the insight check is to see if you can determine like what the person is thinking when they are going to do something. Okay. So like to see the intention behind their actions.
Okay.
Or
The
to see if
idea
they're
is
like
that-
lying to you.
The idea is that everyone's got their own character, and you're so like as in like their perspective is absolutely their own, and the idea is that you're like because there are characters that are like, I'm gonna steal this thing and nobody knows, and then like the idea is that people will like like the insight check is to kind of be a jerk and be like, do I know he stole something?
Okay.
Do I know
So
that they're
so
trying
it's
to
like
pull
if a teammate pronounces what they're going to do, you're trying to see if there's subtext or different motives to their actions. Got it. All right.
The main
Yeah.
thing for me with D&D is that I just play the personality, so whatever is going on, I'm like, this is my character, and I'm very hard on that. Like, there was, the last time we were playing, I was just, like, smoking cigarettes at any time. And Getty goes, only if you mime it, and I was like, oh, I'll do this all day. So every, like, stop, we're like, oh, man, that show was a crazy battle. I'm like, yep. That was good. That was, yeah, we all did pretty, I'm surprised we did good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
All
It
right.
was real dumb.
We'll close it up here. So one last thing. This week's one last thing is brought to you by, man, how about that Dishonored ending?
Yeah, it was something else.
Yeah, you guys start working on that. Start thinking about it. Start getting it done. All right, my one last thing. I will be running some D&D sessions this weekend. Just the one, probably. But looking forward to stepping outside of the domain of Strahd and maybe have some fun instead of trying to kill the party. Alex?
I know you made that joke in the beginning, but I'm literally the level where it's like, okay, go beat the bad guy, because we're just done here. You've done everything. Like, this is the end of it. And I'm gonna do that. Like, this podcast is over. I'm gonna end the recording, log off of Discord, and just finish Dishonored, because it's gonna be Persona 3 all times, 100% of the time from here on out. So tonight is the last Dishonored.
He's only got 21 days till Final Fantasy, so he's got to get through Persona 3.
That is not going to happen.
You gotta do it, Alex.
You're the
do
only
it.
one that's trying to make me do
Quit your
this.
You
job.
have to.
Play
I don't
Persona
want that
3.
game.
Tomorrow I'm home from work. We'll see what happens.
There you go.
But I'm not gonna force it, Getty, because then it's not gonna be fun, and I'm gonna enjoy my Persona 3 time.
Yeah,
that's
all right.
that's my Persona.
That game is gonna collect some dust.
No, that's mine. That's the first one. That was the one
mine.
that was for me.
This
I
is
remember.
mine.
I thought you were saying
This hole was meant for me.
I thought you were saying your persona is some guy sitting on the couch playing Persona 3.
That's what he said.
No, what I'm saying is that here's a memory for you. My brother didn't visit me a ton in college, and then the one time he did, he like handed me Persona 3 on PS2 and was like, "Here, you'll like this." And I was like, "Will I?" He's like, "Yeah, you'll like it." And I remember he went to it. He like, "No, I'm taking you to GameStop. We're gonna find it." And we found it, and he's like, "Here, you need to play this." And I was like, "Okay." At NIU, and he was right. That was my favorite. That is the thing that made, like, I fell in love with that series from there. I played it. I've beaten it like 3 times, and so this one is the one for me. So I'm very excited. I'm not gonna force it, Getty.
Joel?
I'm going to force a slew of demos this weekend, so pray for me.
Oh yeah, that's also the plan. We're gonna have a little mini team meeting after this to talk about that.
A little demo off.
No, I'm not.
He can't. He doesn't have time.
That's fine.
Alec?
I'm gonna have to jump on Dishonored. I have gotten past the intro, and that's it.
Yeah.
Decide on how you're gonna play.
I'm gonna play like I don't know that there are multiple endings.
Okay.
You know what? I like that approach. It puts a lot of pressure on you if you know there's a good or bad ending.
Yep.
I mean, you could role play it, right? Like, I don't want to be a horrible dick, but I can kind of be a dick. You know, there's levels to it.
Do it. Do whatever you need to do. Just get it done. All right. That'll be it for this week's episode of Super GG Radio. Before we go, you can find us on X, formerly Twitter, at Super GG Radio, and twitch.tv/Super GG Radio, where Thursdays is like a podcast night. Sometimes you can stare at us. You can fall in love with us.
Ooh.
Like the way that we look, not just my voice, because I know that it's hard not to. I don't know. What are you guys doing now? Did you figure anything out? Is somebody playing games one day of the week?
Wednesday monster hunting. Joel's Tuesday being the bad guy.
Those are set in stone?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
So none of this information is accurate that I'm looking at.
Thursdays
It's
is.
fluid.
Yeah, except for
I forgot to update it. That's on me. I'll update it later.
just
But it is generally Wednesdays and Tuesdays now.
just
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are our Twitch streaming nights.
All right. So let's just update that main doc. Thank you. I don't want to be picky, but I'm gonna be. I'll haunt you, Alex.
Good quality control. It's important to have a good process.
I will haunt you. If you'd like to reach us with questions or input, our email address is mail@superggradio.com, and provide us a review on iTunes or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks for listening, and good game, Alex.
GG Getty.
Good game, Joel.
Good game.
Good game, Alec.
GG.
Oh, man. Remember there was that baby in Nier? That's messed up.